This is our first lesson in oil painting, and our goal today is to paint a persimmon as realistically and volumetrically as possible. In this lesson, we will paint a realistic, three-dimensional persimmon using the classical multi-layer oil technique. The goal is to master the depiction of form, light, and color through subtle transitions and glazing. To make the fruit appear three-dimensional and give it a sense of rotation, emphasize the reflected light on the lower part. Reflections are what connect an object to its surroundings. Reflected light makes an object appear alive. The bottom of a piece of fruit almost always has a warm reflection from a surface, such as a table. Remember that reflection should not be brighter than the light and cannot be darker than the shadow. It occupies an average value in tone. We start with main colors of fruit. It's important to first establish the overall light and shadow mass, and then the details. Many beginners immediately draw veins and dots, which results in a loss of volume. Use cadmium orange mixed with yellow ochre and a touch of burnt umber for the base tone of the persimmon. For the illuminated areas, apply a blend of light yellow, pale pink, and pure orange, ensuring smooth transitions between light and midtones. Use thin paint with minimal medium for this layer lean principle, ensuring stability for the next applications. Always determine the direction of the light before you begin, for example, from the top right, and maintain this throughout the entire work. Without a clear direction of light, it's impossible to establish a logic of light and shadow. The illuminated part is the brightest. The opposite side is in shadow. Between them is a zone of penumbra with a soft transition. Where the light touches the form, a highlight is created. Below, where the object meets the surface, a cast shadow appears. Once the base colors are laid down, move on to the leaves of the fruit. Add light green and yellow highlights, using a semi-dry brush to convey texture. Mix dark green with a hint of orange for a natural, warm tone of the leaves. For fine details, use a small round brush, size 1-2, with very little medium to maintain crisp strokes. Next, enhance the shadows and refine the contour to show the transition from the persimmon itself to the background. Shadows are built with a mix of burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, and a touch of alizarin crimson for depth. The background affects the perception of volume. If the background is too contrasting or bright, the fruit will drop out of the picture. Apply semi-transparent midtones, gently blending the transitions between light and shadow. Add subtle pink reflections in shadowed areas to enhance realism and softness. Warm and cool tones create a sense of depth. In painting, volume is built not only on tone, but also on temperature contrasts. Tone is the main tool for creating volume. An object appears round when its color gradually changes in value. now proceed to glazing stage. A thin, transparent layer of warm ochre on the left side to increase depth and color harmony. If the fruit appears flat, increase shadow contrast and add stronger orange-red accents within the mid-tone areas. The glazing on the illuminated part, combined with a white highlight, enhances the depth and realism of the object. On the leaves, paint small shadow areas with a fine brush and enhance light reflections using a white-yellow mix where light hits directly. The final result is a realistic, three-dimensional persimmon. The fruit appears luminous and naturally vibrant. In the next lesson, we will continue with a pomegranate study, focusing on transparency and contrast.